Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray. Matt is back for the first time in a while. As we know, September's always weird to book, so we ended up with a lot of Monday episodes actually. And Jeff has been actually coming in a lot. He's been coming in clutch, helping us out with that. He's here with us tonight as well. We got a lot going on. Of course, we're here on YouTube Live. We're also here on Pod Nation TV for those of you watching us there, and also on Roku TV and Fire TV video on demand, where you can also find the Go Show. So, and Jeff, man, as we know, Halloween's right around the corner. You were with me for the first episode going into Halloween. Make sure if you're around, go out and pick up one of these from our shop over at the HHPod.com. This is one of our best shirts. Of course, shout out to Sarah St. Clair. She posted the images this week of her rocking this shirt. I think Cherie DeVille, she's going to be posting hers sometime soon too. One of our most popular shirts. Get it long sleeve, short sleeve, tank top, hoodie, whatever you want. Go over to the website. Pick one
beautiful faces.
So yes. It actually it has us and our old host Mike on it. I did have an idea of I wanted to try to do an image of me and Matt with napkins tucked into our shirts, holding a knife and a fork on, making faces, and there's a pie there, and all of our other co-hosts are in a pie and we're getting ready to eat the pie or whatever and all that shit. So originally the guy who did this, I had a hard time, I wanted him to do a new one this year, but for some reason, things didn't work out. I wanted him to do a Reanimator one based off a Reanimator. If you know the movie Reanimator.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty.
It's going to be me in the lab coat with a needle with beer in it, and it was going to be Matt's dead head on the desk with his body in the background, and it was going to be me getting ready to give him the needle filled up with beer with a mug sitting on the table or whatever and all that stuff. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it to happen. So I was like, God damn.
Did Viv get you fired up after last week with the nipple clamps and all that? You're going nuts with these stories, dude.
And of course, tonight, of course, our guests are Crystal Rush and Caitlin Bell. Everybody knows Caitlin Bell. She's here fairly often on the HH Pod. So, I think I'm not sure if they're both together at the same place. Oh, hey, there's Crystal Rush right there. Crystal, how are you?
Hello,
looks like she's still setting up.
Adjusting herself.
How you doing?
Good, wonderful. Thank you for asking. I'm just I had a birthday yesterday, I turned 35. So today I have
birthday, by the way. What did you do for your birthday?
Me and Caitlin and our friends, we went to Universal for horror movies night or something like that.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, we tried to get scared a little bit. I don't know, have fun.
So you're gonna get scared. Hang in there for the next hour.
But eventually I get too tired because before day before I went 15 kilometers. It's about 10 miles. It was uphill and down, and next day in Universal, and now I barely can walk.
now with the Universal horror stuff, was there anything that kind of jumped out at you as the best? They have this song and all the things and all this zombie and skeletons and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool just to see and hang around and even just get drunk and hang around. Because I was trying to creep out some of actors. Yeah.
Of course.
And of course, Caitlin should be joining us soon too on the show as well. Now I know she said you guys were going to be together. I wasn't sure if she meant if you guys were going to be on.
She got some emergency, and I don't know, she might join later or
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. So no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. So of course, Crystal, it's been a while since you've been on the show, probably about a year or so. And
yeah, something about that.
Yeah. So what have you? There were some scenes that I saw of yours, and I forgot what the scenes were called, but they were cuck scenes, that one of them that you did, and some of these scenes you go into unexpecting what was going to go on, and then the next thing you know, like the son is with the mom is with the son, and then the son's with the dad, and then the dad's with the son, and this, that, and another, and then they're making dad watch things go, and like I kind of fell down like this giant rabbit hole of watching like these various scenes, and like my mind is like frying, but I can't take my eyes off off what's going on. Like when you do scenes like that, like is there some sort of like preparation that you need to do for those, or do you guys just kind of go, okay, whatever, this is how it is? Like I forgot what the company is called, but I know they have like a series of like those cuckold scenes or whatever and all that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of companies have that scenes, and that kind of on top of like high demand, like one of it, it's all this like stepmom stuff.
Yeah,
it's like it's one of the main, like, which is now like so good. Yeah, and like, who are we to say no to the trend, right? We are just simple actors, and like, so we gotta do what like we gotta do. Am I right? Yeah, and like but I don't know, like yeah, I remember, like, let's say, like, so I'm in business 10 years, and like when I was doing this in Russia, oh my god, like I did this cool stuff, and I remember for me it was so wild, so weird, because at that time I had no idea what is that shit is. Yeah, and at least now, like now I know what to do, like, now I'm pretty good at being bad, but that time, no.
And one thing that's funny, I wanted to show it to everybody on here, and is that I noticed, and I always set, whenever we go to do our episodes, I always set our the graphic that we post for you guys as my background. I noticed that when I had it as my background set, the way that the photo looks. So hold on, let me just pull it up real quick. I'm going to find it real quick. All right, here it is. And the way the skeletons were positioned, I didn't know the way my graphic guy did it. And it's just kind of hilarious when I noticed it. So let me pull it up here. So when you look at the graphic, this was the graphic that he did for you guys. I didn't notice originally that it looks like that this skeleton right here is trying to whisper sweet nothings into Caitlin's ear. And this one is like losing its fucking mind over you. This skeleton is seeing Katana from Mortal Kombat for the fucking first time in the flesh.
Yeah, I just defeated him.
Now with that, and that costume is probably one of the most badass costumes I've seen in a while. Like, are you thinking, will you do any of the other ones? Would you do maybe Melina or Jade or anything like that?
I need to make research about all this, like, like pretty strong ladies, and like, yeah, I will definitely do this. But guys, actually last year it was, to be honest, yes, like it was like maybe first year when I started to like, like pay attention for Halloween that way. With like I even like ordered this outfit. I was picking like what I want to wear and stuff, kind of like, get into the mood. And so, and of course this year, yes, I'm already like, know what I'm going to be for all my party.
You guys should do like a photo shoot or something where you're Katana and Caitlin is Sonya Blade. And you guys do a whole thing where you guys are like fighting each other, and she's Sonya Blade, but you're Katana, and then you guys have sex, and that's just that's
oh my god, it's hot as hell. Like, I think I just feel how hot is this. Like,
yeah,
really.
And then next thing you know, Jax comes rolling into the scene, or Johnny Cage or something like that. But Jax, if Jax doesn't have the metal arms, no, that Jax can't. He has to have those like metal Mortal Kombat 2 arms that he has, from the second movie.
Yeah, let's fight begin.
So, Crystal, what we're going to do is, of course, since the last time we were on, we do a lot of different segments, a lot of different fun games, all that stuff now. I'm not sure if Caitlin let you know, but the show has changed a lot. Of course, we're on Roku and Fire TV. So for those of you watching us on Roku and Fire TV, thank you for the views each and every week. Of course, we're here on YouTube Live. So if you want to comment, let us know. Of course, shout out to Worst Friend Cast. They said Crystal and Caitlin Bell are two of the funniest, sexiest women alive. Yes. Of course, let's see. Jason said, you look incredible, Crystal, and happy birthday. So Jason's here every week. So Crystal, what we're going to do, we're going to get into a segment that we used to do called Smash or Dash, but it's going to be a horror-oriented special Halloween edition of Smash or Dash. So pretty much it is, would you fuck them or would you not? So it is Halloween themed. We're going to show 15 photos on the screen of some of the most grotesque horror movie villains. And you just let us know whether or not you would smash or whether or not.
Let's fuck the villain. Yeah.
All right. So let me get the first one ready. And then we're going to sit there and get this rocking and rolling. So get this up here. Boom. So here is the first one. The first one is Art the Clown from Terrifier. Would you smash or dash?
Nah. You know, like I have this fear for clowns. And
I feel like that's a common thing. That is a very
Art's over to me.
You know, actually yesterday, like me and Caitlin, oh fuck.
Yeah, that is Candyman. What about Candyman with his bees? He has all the bees coming out of his mouth. Like, just imagine that. Like, you guys are sitting there, you're getting ready to get ready, and then the bees just start coming out of his mouth and flying everywhere.
You know. I like the how to say, like, I have an oral fixation. Like, I need this contact. Like, I don't want their bees. No, smash, no fucking.
What if like you have a beekeeper suit on? Would that like work? Like some sort of like, you know, easy access beekeeper suit or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
you just wouldn't want them going downstairs and stinging your vagina.
Oh my god.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh
God.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So here's the next one. I know where this is gonna go. She already said she didn't like it. What about Captain Spaulding? Captain Spaulding.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, I have a pretty nice imagination, and I just like, you know, I just can't imagine this like goddamn intercourse. Like, fuck. Can I skip it?
All right. So
That's
far
a
with
no,
Smash and Dash,
no.
it is an 0 for 3. So the
I'm going to lose that game. Like, looks like.
But they're losing, not you. They're not getting smashed.
So the next one is from the movie Dead Silence, which is the old woman and her puppet. And the puppet has I want to fuck eyes. Like that puppet. That puppet is almost like that skeleton that's on that graphic that we just showed. Like he's looking at Crystal Rush for the first time in his life. And he's just like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah. So what would you
know, if it will be a chance to cover his face with a pillow, like so, like maybe I'll do, because you know I have something for like suits and stuff, like so it's kind of can make me like horny, but yeah, I have to be on top and just cover his face, like.
All right, so she would smash a puppet. What about the crazy old woman that is with the puppet? Because that's her puppet. I think they might come as a package deal.
So she going to join as well, because without her nothing will happen. Shit. the game become harder, like maybe. So who knows? Maybe, you know, like the psycho woman very great at doing that. So like, why I have to say no?
So here's the next one. The demon from The Exorcist. Would you smash or dash? And he looks like he's seen things, like horrible things. Like, this was me watching all those scenes when I was blowing through those scenes, and I didn't know whether I wanted to come or cry. Like that's the whole. Like,
wow.
You know, you have to turn off your moral things, like, you know, before you start watching a lot of porn. Like sometimes, yeah.
So with the demon, would you smash or dash the demon?
Let's go back to this doll.
She's like, I want the doll.
Bring me back my old lady.
Damn, old lady getting it.
So how about this? The one and only Freddy Krueger. Would you smash?
You know, he's a legend. I cannot say no. Like, come on.
Freddy's 2-0, baby. Freddy's getting it.
And you know, and I see horrible dreams. Like, not horrible, but like, you know, it's pretty colorful and crazy, and like it can be zombie apocalypse. I still flying in my dreams, and this guy living there, so I have a lot of chances to like really like meet him.
Yeah, and I mean with his fingers. With his fingers too, like you can easily like show.
Yeah, you know, like it's no hands, like in that case.
Well, you can shove dildos down on those razors, and he can be like, you know, Edward Penis hands at that point. You know, so all right.
Like, don't scratch me, honey.
So Freddy's not doing too bad. So now, so now we move on to Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 7, without the mask. So what do you think about Jason?
Can I take a pillow from the previous guy?
So if you have a pillow, would you smash Jason if you cover?
Indeed.
Wow.
He's, you know, he's big. I like.
He's big. Wow. Wow. Hey, Jason. Boy.
Yeah. I mean, well, when you look at it, Kane Hodder is also under that costume. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's familiar with Kane Hodder, but I can
You
always.
know, I need to see the picture. Maybe then I will tell you. Maybe I will tell
Okay,
you.
we'll find a picture of Kane Hodder once we finish this, and then you'll see the actor that played him for that movie. So
we will see if I'm right. Yeah.
so Jason is a smash for right now. So what about the tall man from Phantasm? The tall man
I've
from
never seen
Phantasm.
that guy.
Oh my god, I even remember that movie a little bit, like just like some like flashbacks and stuff. You know, this like he's too old, but fuck, like he has some charm. Man. So like, for once, like.
Well, I mean, if anybody's familiar with Phantasm, they also in those movies. They have,
Phantasm. Oh my god, it's old as fuck movie.
It is
like,
old as fuck, baby. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
1979, I think.
yeah, that could.
I remember, and it was creepy as hell. Like,
Yeah.
It's an amazing one. Yes, of course. Like, just for that memory.
All right. What about the demon from Insidious?
You know, I think he has a lot of passion, and that's my.
This guy gets it too.
Also 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, and so that's why like maybe yes, let's smash it.
So awesome.
Not?
So,
Like it's going to be fire.
Yeah, him and Freddie are tied. So there's a lot of fire. He's from hell. Freddie has been burned. Crystal Rush just likes fire. That's what it is. Like she's like, just fire.
Yeah, and anyway, you know, guys, and anyway, we all meet each other in hell. Like at the end of the day, like eventually, we all meet again. So like,
I'm going about it the wrong way in life.
All right, so now let's move on. What about Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw?
No, he looked too sad.
That's just the face he has right now.
Well,
he can change it.
He can change it. So it's like, don't mind the fact that he's wearing another person's face. He just looks sad right now.
Well, he
But
is.
yeah, come on, like so I'm already I'm already on this path, like when I'm going to smash some Williams, which is like doesn't give me like a lot of moment to be proud of.
What if Leatherface offered to wear Caitlin's face while you guys were doing it? What about that?
Shit, you make my life tougher right now, because
I mean, I think I'd give Leatherface a shot.
you know the answer. You know the answer, yes. You know the answer, fuck.
All right. No. What about the Leprechaun?
No, he's too short. Too short.
Is it because he's wearing the green makeup? Is that what it is? He has his little green jig going on, or is it because you don't like Guinness?
No, I like Guinness, by the way. Definitely like Guinness, and he also have a nails, and it's I already have a Freddy, and so.
Okay.
And Leprechaun's 1 for 1. Yeah. I mean, 1 out of 2. Thank God.
Yeah.
But if he showed me where is this jar with a gold and all the jars, and when this rainbow going to end, so I might think about it.
As I said last week, you got to get to the pot of gold. I mean,
that's
one to the team.
It's it's once in a life that might happen. So let's see, if we find the gold, everything can change.
We'll make it work.
All right. What about the one and only Michael Myers?
Oh yeah.
I knew she wanted Jason without the mask. I knew once we got the Michael Myers that I knew that was going to be a definite.
Well, what's Michael Myers? Probably 3 and out. I mean,
yeah. Oh, Michael Myers is 2-0 right now. So Michael Myers,
yeah,
Freddy, and the Insidious Demon are 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, all 2 for 2.
So, all right. So let's see. What about Pinhead from Hellraiser?
That. I remember that damn head, and it's creeped me out all my childhood, my brother asshole, when I was still at some sensitive age when you don't supposed to watch stuff like that. He showed me some pictures from VHS, and I saw that asshole in my nightmares. So no, I want to keep him in the past.
Yeah, those
Right.
movies had such like a bondage type theme to them. Like they had a lot of
Yeah.
sexual stuff. And Doug Bradley, shout out to Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead. He was on the show before, and he was telling us that the director, he's gay, he's openly gay, all that. And like he put a lot of sexual bondage type stuff into those movies. And like you have to watch it thoroughly, like to pick up, like, see a lot of that type of stuff. But also I feel like Pinhead, we also asked him if his other head also had pins in it. So like, it's like the kind of thing he pulls his pants down, and also his dick head has the pins in it. Like that might be
Ribbed for her pleasure.
stimulating.
Jingle your balls.
All right, so let's see which other. Okay, so we got.
Okay,
we got
who else we
I
have?
wasn't sure how many we had left. All right. So
Oh,
what
damn.
Head?
I think you're going to be a little bit too sweaty.
She's like, no, the
And a little bit too dry, like I need a little bit more muscles. Like,
Wow.
So
I don't want to lick a bones.
All right, and last but not least, Tarman from Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, fuck.
No, fine.
I mean, Crystal,
I feel like I didn't see so many like movies. It's just like it's so good.
I mean, you wouldn't want him mounting you and the tar dripping down upon you while he has that, very shocked / surprise, like, I don't know, I'm dead look on his face. Like, I mean, he really, like, he's so sensitive. Look at his eyes. Like he it's make you feel like, make you believe with like kind of like happy and excited to see you, like just like, God damn, look at you.
Like a
You
puppy
are like,
dog. Oh, it's so sweet. Nice.
All right. So
I am definitely doing it wrong.
for this edition of Smasher Dash, the Halloween edition, so far it was Freddy, what was it? Freddy, the Insidious Demon, Michael Myers, and Jason. That were all smashes.
yeah, I like Cyphers, looks like.
Oh, actually, let me speaking of which, I said I would find a photo of Kane Hodder. So let me find a photo of Kane Hodder, who played that Jason, real quick, and we will pull up a photo of Kane Hodder. So Kane Hodder, who played that Jason, let me pull up this photo right here. Actually, pretty good dude. I've met him a half dozen times as well. So let me just go ahead and hit this. I didn't want to hit that. That was the wrong thing. Blah, blah, blah. If it decides it wants to work, there we go. So this is Kane Hodder. That's Kane Hodder. That's the guy who played that Jason in Friday the 13th, Part 7.
I want him to keep the mask on. He looks
Oh,
it's not because he look better like something. He doesn't look that scary.
all right, that's better.
Yeah, like
I mean,
like he looks scary, but like like so like I like this like vibe, like which is like was from the character.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we keep the mask on, but so okay, like
pick up the
like,
phone,
still
dude.
So Crystal, with that, what actually is your favorite horror franchise out of everything that's out?
What?
Your favorite horror franchise, like your favorite scary movie?
So
Okay, so you're
Oh,
okay. You like that? Have you seen the new
interesting.
one
Those
yet?
are tough, man.
no, I didn't like I probably like something else. I just like like right now like I cannot like remember because I didn't watch movies for quite a while.
Okay.
And yes, but so it was like I still remember like I started watching it in Russia, and then like the next like shows it already was like I moved from my country, and I'm like, oh wow.
And of course, mine has always been Friday the 13th. I'm in the process of doing it. My whole entire back, I'm having tattooed as Friday the 13th. So I have
Oh wow.
I think right now I have 4 different variations of Jason on my back. One of him squeezing a guy's head and his eye is flying out, one of him with an axe, one of him with a pickaxe, and then one of him with a knife. And it's going to have the whole Crystal Lake thing. Like I still have, I think, 10 more sessions I need to have done on my back before I have the complete process.
So much pain for this cycle. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is life.
Worth it.
And so Crystal, of course, right now, do you live, you're in Nevada, right? So you live in Las Vegas.
I'm in I'm in Los Angeles.
You're in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. So
I'm living like between like Los Angeles and Vegas, just moving back and forth like all the time. Sometimes I dream about teleport because I need to be like just one day here, one day there.
Oh, amen.
So with Los Angeles, do you know of any like urban legends, like in Los Angeles or California in general, like any urban legends or like monster or ghost story? Or how about this? Do you know any from Russia, from when you were in Russia? Have you heard of any of those?
Monsters, ghosts. It's like, like in Russia, it's like it's in every church and every house, and like all this idea with like we have a ghost base and that, and like all this like thoughts poets and stuff. If you come to their house, like a museum, of course there's going to be some ghost who going to like.
Wow.
Yeah, and like if you want to talk about the ghost, like I believe in all that stuff like pretty much, because for example, like my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, child, for example, grandmother, she was like real gypsy, like from like gypsy community and stuff, and they knew like all this like like think like how to see your future and like stuff by the hands. I was asking my granny like, please teach me. She's like, fuck no, you don't have to know the future. I'm like, why? My beg you. And I'm like, and now I'm like, can you imagine how many shit I can avoid in my life?
The insidious demon would visit me every night, and Crystal Rush is like,
yes.
I want him to show up every night. This is what I want.
Yeah, and I see predictable dreams, and like some like some souls and spirits come to me in my dreams and so, and like I'm a legend to myself about
you see that.
So Crystal,
I can be like this, like a urban star.
So what we've been doing is last year we started them and they carried over into this year. We've been doing Maryland urban legends, the most famous ghosts and monsters in the state of Maryland. So this one is hunting down the evidence of the Flickergeist in Ellicott City, Maryland. It's called he's also called the Peeping Tom, the Blink Man, and the Peeper, and also Ilchester the Molester. It says these are just some of the names known to be associated with the Flickergeist in Ilchester, Maryland. Though seen in various areas throughout the world, none is more disturbing than the legend of the Blink Man of Ilchester. The township is located just outside the Antique Haven, Ellicott City, southwest of Baltimore, Maryland, which is southwest of where we are. Not only legend of the area, but indeed some of the most intriguing for sure. The legend's true origin is unknown, but it seems to have roots going back to the time of the Great Depression. However, it is suspected the legend dates back further to the completion of the Ilchester train tunnel constructed for the B&O Railroad in 1903. Local residents tell a strange tale of terror involving this particular Flickergeist. The legend states that if a person stands at the far end of the Ilchester tunnel at 11 p.m. and is able to accomplish the incredible feat of staring for a solid hour, so staring for a solid hour, that means not blinking, I guess. So for
an hour.
Yeah. Oh man.
For a straight hour.
3 seconds.
Yeah, go somewhere I don't know, bring something I don't need. Yeah.
It says until the stroke of midnight, Peeping Tom, the Blink Man, will appear at the far end. Not an easy act to realize. The story is accompanied by tales of those who were able to stare for an hour and see Peeping Tom. Once the shadowy presence of Peeping Tom has been drawn out into the view, the viewer cannot stop seeing him. It is said that every time the viewer then blinks, Peeping Tom slightly gets closer. Eventually, the apparition will be so close to the viewer that it is said that they can feel his long eyelashes rubbing their face in an attempt to force the viewer to blink one final time. And it says what happens once the Peeping Tom has forced the viewer to blink the final time is more vague yet frightening part of the tale. Legend states that those who were unfortunate enough to have drawn the Flickergeist out and blinked the final time are no longer among the living. The stories contain a dreadful end with the mysterious unexplained deaths and a result, and there's also stories of the victims trying to beat the Blink Man at his own game and blinding themselves. Well, how the hell do you do that? Like, how do you blind yourself trying to beat him at his own game? Like, are you like shining a light in your own face or whatever and all that stuff? And it says,
just fuck it.
Yeah. Like,
fuck it. Right.
So, Crystal, by hearing is that something you would try? Like, let's say you're out, you're younger, you're with some of your friends, and
there's the Blink Man.
So, let's say you guys are drinking and someone's like, hey, let's go draw out the Flickergeist, and you hear this whole thing. Like, how long are you making it before you're like, yeah, fuck y'all. I ain't going nowhere near that tunnel. And I damn sure ain't trying to stare for a fucking hour. Like that ain't happening.
Yeah, that's just,
No, I can say like I'm pretty brave at a lot of things, but like at that shit, like I'm fucking pussy. No.
Yeah.
You can go.
Yeah.
You can go, and they're like, you can back and tell me everything. Yeah. 'Cause, like, I remember, like like my cousin, like when I was little, like again, like the same asshole, like who was showing me this, like like movie and stuff. Like he was coming home, like to my granny, and he was like, when everyone go to sleep, I'll kidnap you and bring you to the cemetery, and you will see the big cross in the end of the road, and like and with all that voice was telling me that stories, and I was fucking afraid to go back to my granny.
I think Flickerman would give her a pass.
Flickerman will be like, hey, I'm gonna do whatever. And of course we're here in the live stream. So someone said let's see, someone said some of those are like Evil Dead from when we were going through the photos. Jason Rushman said he loves your accent, Crystal. It's so sexy. Duke Kovac said permission to ask Crystal about some behind the scenes questions. Sure, shoot whatever questions into the chat, and we'll try to get to them if we can. Sheriff Pint said if you don't blink or can't blink for an hour, you'll definitely see some shit, and that's true.
You're not kidding,
Absolutely
right?
right. Yeah.
Right?
And Jason has an affinity with this. So Crystal, he said, have you done any pee videos? Jason loves to pee. He always asks this question to everybody we have on.
No, I never did like a videos, like a shoots, but like I have a story, like it's probably 2015 or something, and I went to Slovenia. Yes, it was Slovenia. So under a strip club, and I was like the featured dancer and stuff. And I remember the boss of this club, or I don't know, owner or whatever, like, and he was asking me like if I can pee on all the public from the stage.
I wonder. Jason, was that you? Like, come on! Like,
that sounds like Jason's kind of party.
Hey, can you pee on all of us? And I mean, that's the thing. Like when he asks pee videos, like, is he asking, are you to PE or are you to peer? Like, that's what I'm always intrigued about. Like, when someone asks about pee videos, it's like, so are they the victim or are they the ones committing the crime? Because
that's pretty important. And like, for example, I'm from Russia, and in Russia, if I pee on you, that's mean I humiliated you, like, so like nobody gonna talk to you and shake your fucking hand. So
in America, if you
receiving.
pee on us, we're gods. If somebody like you pees on us in America, you're a goddess. You are.
In America, in America, we're just like, come on, just keep on bringing it. What do you mean, drink it? Just keep on hosing it out. Like, come on. Like,
so I'm just imagining.
No, I mean, right now I'm talking not about Russia and USA. I'm talking about Slovenia. Don't forget about it. So yes, and the main point is with them, that people in that country, that town, they specifically like it. They like it exactly the way you show that.
Okay.
So
yeah, and as for me, I don't want to get it to myself, and I don't want to pee on anyone. I kind of like, I'm alright, do your shit, but don't ask me to do that. And I see, but anyway, like I'm performer, and I always can perform any fucking shit I want, right? And I put little piece of an ice inside. And of course, like after 30-40 seconds of my performance, this ice melted down, and I just like squeeze it out, and the people. Can you imagine how much happiness and bring to these people?
It comes out and it just brains a guy and just kills him instantly because it's melted into a spike, and it just
it was like real squirt around, like and like I was super proud of myself what I create all this idea, and and I make it happen, but like. It was like once, like how to say, like one time I tried, and I'm good. I'm like, it's fun.
Crystal comes out and she like sets everything up. Like, are you familiar with the old school comedian Gallagher? He used to come out and smash the watermelons. You just come out and you put like plastic everywhere, and it's like the splash zone. Which speaking of which, the Baltimore Orioles have the splash.
It's fetish splashing. Splashing, it's a fetish. Yeah, I know.
Like it's
pretty
crazy.
Rare, but it exists.
Yeah, it's crazy some of the fetishes that are out there, and like and not to kink shame anybody, but there's a lot of weird kinks out there.
Yeah, because why you need to destroy this food? Like we can eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, like you can use some like this like whipped cream, like like okay, let's smash some strawberry, whatever. But like, come on, like let's take a chicken, like
and real quick, of course, everybody knows with this show, we kind of go all over the place, and that's what makes this show so great. Real quick, there's actually going back to the Blink Man, there was a movie that was made about that. Real quick, I'm gonna pull up the video. We're gonna show like the little trailer to it.
Here we go.
And it's gonna get a little bit more in depth with what was going on with that. So real quick, let me just hit that, boom, hit that. And then let me hit this and we will pull that up. It's called, I forgot what it was called. It's called the Butterfly something, but we will, Butterfly Kisses. So it's called Butterfly Kisses and it's based around that. So this is the backstory of a found footage movie based off of the Ilchester molester.
Behind me stands Ilchester Tunnel, a throughway for the B&O Railroad for over a century. But for the past 80 years, it has become something far more sinister.
And the very first one that I pick up says, final solution. A young lady.
I so much like this idea, don't watch.
Yeah, I hope these are all porns. Like they
I know, right?
Yeah. It's totally a porn.
She's peeing on somebody right now.
Yeah.
There's no cuts. There's no retakes. There's no calling for action. There's absolutely no evidence to suggest that somebody is directing them.
We have the possibility that this whole thing is real. And we have the possibility this whole thing is a largely plausible hoax.
If you're working with all these elements, you can, journalistically speaking, you can construct your own story out of whatever footage you choose to
I want to see someone try to stare for an hour. That's the thing. Like, I want a movie of someone just having their eyelids open for an hour straight.
Oh, right. That's what I'm trying to
Whoa.
Whoa.
Porn. That looks
There's
like
a pillow waiting right there.
Yeah. Like she just.
This footage is to pretend it's real.
This has been done 1,000 times before, and we think it's a scam. I'm not the only one, it's everyone. We're gonna take this footage to every professional in town that we can find. Ghost hunters, Mythbusters. We're going to go to the radio stations. We're going to the TV stations. We're going to show
that is a creepy ass tunnel.
Saturate
that
the
is.
market
Yeah.
with this
Fuck
information.
that noise.
Then we're gonna prove to the world.
Flicker T's better not go near that. He might get hit by another train.
I don't.
The camera doesn't lie.
Nice hat, bro.
You look like you did.
Yeah, the camera doesn't lie. Crystal, have you ever shown up to a set and like a director looks at you like that with big wide eyes like that guy and it's like the camera doesn't lie? Like at that point it's just kind of like what's going on here? What is this?
Hey,
Sometimes it's like, we have like some camera guys or like directors, like camera guys in the one face, like, like they're like overly excited people, like, just by the life, not just by seeing, of course, everyone excited to see this, but like still like, like in a normal way. And yeah, and sometimes like, like the way how they like saying something, we're like, are we shooting porn or like what if I can shoot? Like,
I always
sometimes
say,
like sometimes I feel myself like like just a part of some very romantic thing or like about something very incredible big and stuff, but just like like some anal guns on and I'm like okay.
I always ask, when you shoot a scene, are there a bunch of guys there that don't belong there and they're just lingering around watching
Just
shit
random guys just drooling, watching, and it's just like, wait, what's up with that guy over there? I've never seen him before, and
I was
stop
baking
blinking.
cookies.
Like-
Right.
If it's a crew, then like I'm absolutely fine because it's a camera guy, it's like this like sound guy, like assistant, like all that stuff. And like most of the time I know all these people because they're moving from one place to another, like like we have this like circulation which is like all the same people like all the time. And when it's people, and when it's crew, when they're there not just to like look how I'm fucking, like not for like this free like like reality show, and like just for working, I'm all right for with them. And even like it's cool to see what people who feed up from the porn or radio, like how they react on your performance, and like that people won't lie. But if there's will be, I don't know, like some like stranger or like like suddenly like like person like appearing there, I'm no like so like, I'm not making a show for free, especially like like private show for free. Like, you know, when
Right.
I'm
As,
shooting
as
porn, like,
Matt
no.
said,
I was saying.
you sit there and you look and it's a guy standing there and his kid's holding his hand and you're like, wait, whoa, what? Why is that child here? And he's like, it's take your child to work day. And you're like, no.
No.
Get him out of here. He hasn't paid $1. Get him out of here. He doesn't get no free show. Get him out. Like
Exactly. Yes. Everything in the right time and for the right rate. Yeah. But yeah, you know, actually, like, you know, I had a situation, and so like we were shooting in Florida, and like we already start shooting, and like it was like probably some pictures, like, and already it's like start being pictures, like, you know, which is sex pictures. And like the owner of the house, like, you know, like, so like, yeah, he was there before, but like, you know, he decided to stay longer. And I just raised my head and like, you know, and I see how he take his iPhone and trying to film something. I start the production and saying like, no, like until this guy get out of this place, like, you know, I won't shoot any fucking thing. Yes, I'm that kind of cunt.
and of course from our live from Duke Kovac, he said, Crystal, have you ever continued fun with a male performer after shooting a scene off camera?
Oh.
No.
I've heard some
only professional, like, you know, like only professional relationship. It's like, you know, it's like wonderful phrase, like, you know, even for our business it works well. Don't fuck in the place you work, don't work in the place you're fucking. Even if your work is fuck, still don't fuck in the work.
Wow. I'm gonna write that down. Can you say that again?
There was a quote that we had in pro wrestling when I wrestled the 20 plus years that I did it, and the number one quote was, don't bring your wife in the locker room. And there were guys who would do it all the time, and then the next thing you know, another wrestler will be fucking his wife. And it's like, well, there's an unwritten rule: do not bring your wife in the locker room, because pro wrestlers all are the same, and there's a big connection with porn and pro wrestling. It always has been, you know, and that's how I ended up doing this show afterwards. Was I just, you know, hey,
yeah, you just meet people.
yeah,
so like, yeah, and I'm like, and what can I do?
Yeah. And so, Crystal, with everything, with, of course, Halloween's right around the corner. A lot of these are Halloween themed episodes here in October. Either with growing up or even in your adult life, of course, we know you did the katana costume. Are there any other costumes that you did that were like wildly outrageous or some of your favorites?
As I told you, like, you know, I just started doing, like, you know, like my part of Halloween, because in Russia, you know, we didn't celebrate it that much. And like, and actually, like in my country, like, you know, we have Christmas in January, when kids doing exactly the same thing with dressing up and having, like, you know, like some like weird like things like that. And like, so last year I was katana, which is like, yes, my favorite, because, you know, like when I watched like Mortal Kombat, like I fell in love with this lady, and so on, like she was me through the life. And like, and my another favorite one is the Queen of Hearts.
Ooh,
Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and she's like, you know, she's such a, like, you know, bipolar, like, and it's so related to me.
What do you have? What do you have for this year? Or is it still a surprise for everybody once you get it?
Oh, well, you know, I think it's have to be kind of surprise. So, but like, you know, from another point, like, you know, maybe it's better to say so, but nobody, like, you know, wear the same as I did. Yeah, and like, so, but you know, my favorite one actually, like, you know, I have a, you know, tiger from Winnie the Pooh onesie, and like, you know. And like, and my thing is like, so like, yeah, since I didn't like do a lot of costumes before, and when like Halloween time it's happening, like when it's October and stuff, and like it's become cold during the like evening, I wear like my tiger onesie and moving around like my district, like an outfit like that, like for makeup and stuff. People look at me, she's like, you're okay. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Don't you see like how I'm dressed up?
I'm not okay. Yeah, I'm a fucking tiger. What do you think?
Yeah, meow, fuck off.
I'm turned on. I really am.
Are you hopping up and down like the way Tigger does when you're wearing the costume?
You know, I'm not sure I can do this on my tail. But I definitely can hop on some tail.
Yeah. You get like a little like contraption on the back that like makes you go up.
Yeah, indeed.
A hydraulic
indeed, indeed, I definitely can do like that. Yeah.
What is it? The elk?
I can be good tiger.
This is the best story ever.
Jeff is like, I know what I am masturbating to tonight, and like,
Yes.
he's gonna pull up just an array of Tigger photos now, and it's just gonna, and he's just gonna poo himself all over the place, like as just nothing but honey and honey and cum. That's all.
I'm ready to poo myself. That's a new phrase.
Yeah, just
Doing
making
this some-
self-entertainment going to be different. So you have to try new things.
Hey, so Crystal, do you still have a good amount of time to hang out? Because we normally ask for an hour, but the show does run 2 hours, so you can hang out however long you want to. What we're gonna do real quick though, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play some of our ads real quick. So if you want to hop up, use the
Yeah,
bathroom.
I can be here like until 6 for sure.
Okay, so
I mean my 6.
3 hours.
You're 6. That's like now or 9.
Okay, so 9. Sorry. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, we'll take a break real quick, get a word from some of our friends, and then we'll get into our game segment. So if you want to hop up, use the bathroom real quick, we'll be right back here on YouTube Live in about 4 minutes, right here with the Happy Hour podcast. Me, Jeff, Matt, and Crystal Rush.
If you want to use the bathroom right here on all of us, we're good with that too.
Oh yeah.
Hey, goddammit, this is Mick Strawn, and you're listening to, what the hell is it? The Happy Hour podcast.
Derek Sharp, the owner of Curtain Jerker Designs, who does an amazing job. I'm blown away every single time, and his speed that he has getting everything back to us is immaculate.
Hit up Derek with Curtain Jerker Designs.
Look no further than Curtain Jerker Designs. Make sure you hit up Derek.
Derek Sharp, man. Hey, just want to say thank you for the posters, all the hard work you put into, man. We really appreciate you, man.
A shout out to Derek Sharp from Curtain Jerker Designs. Yo, dude. Just want to say, this poster, off the hook.
Hey, what's up, players? This is Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I want to give a big shout out to my man Derek over there with Curtain Jerkers Designs.
If you are looking for the best graphics, the best designs, look up Curtain Jerker. I did.
Curtain Jerker Designs. That's who I use for any of my graphic designs, and you should too.
Thanks, Curtain Jerker Designs. Big old shout out to Curtain Jerker Designs. You see that? You see that beauty? That's all you, Curtain Jerker.
Hello, wrestling promoters. The Big Valboski wants to give you a big tip. If you're looking for a graphic designer to do your next events, promotional posters, hit up Derek at Curtain Jerker Designs.
A lifelong wrestling fan, as we all are. I went through the part with the reffing, and I got to a part where I did ring announcing. I did everything there was to do. I had a match. But because I have that background, that's where I stepped in and said, hey, like, I do flyers. Let me help you guys out.
Here I go now. Blast off, about to leave the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm gone. But don't blink, you might miss it. Mode set to launch. Higher, 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 higher. Kicking and smoking, spitting fire. Say what you will, call me a liar. Don't believe me, look in my eye. Gotta suit up for a showdown. Give me that kingdom, hand me my crown. This is my time. I'm taking my moment, don't matter how it was. No regrets, no matter how hard it gets. I'm going for greatness.
Make sure you check out our friends located over at Hysteria Brewing Company. They are at 9570 Burger Road, Suite J in Columbia, Maryland. Make sure you pop out, say hey to Ty, and try their featured brew, Trash Panda, along with all the other crafted brews they have. And once again, that's Hysteria Brewing Company, 9570 Burger Road, Suite J in Columbia, Maryland. See you guys there.
This is D Siren, and you're listening to the Happy Hour podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we are here on YouTube Live. And for those of you watching us, we are also here on Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV via Pod Nation TV. The PXN is now Pod Nation TV. So for anybody who followed us on the old network, we're now Pod Nation TV right here on both of those. And Crystal, what we're going to get into our game segment. I think last time you were on, you might have played some of these games with us before.
If it's not some spelling or like riddles, which is like, like my English level speaking doesn't let me do, because like, like with me, that will work only like, right manner. So if it's something like, like more like for like how to say like, for school program.
The spelling game we will do with Jeff. So we'll do that one with Jeff. And then so the first game is called Extreme Personal Questions. So Extreme Personal Questions. It has 2 random questions on the card. Question A, question B. You don't know which question it is until you choose. And then you're going to choose any one of the rest of us in the room to answer the other question randomly. So what do you think? You think A or B is the lucky letter that you're going to choose for your random question?
Of course, A.
A. All right. So A, what event in your life do you least want your parents to know about?
I think, I don't know, like drug abuse.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, because like my mom, she knows, like my family, she knows who I am, and like all families who knows me and like okay with who I am, and like they even love me and support me and like all that stuff. But none of them know what like I can like fell off the wagon, like. But I don't do this anymore. But still, like like I don't want to like they will find out.
Like they know, but they don't know about the P shows. They don't know about the tarps and all that. And then once the P's done, it's the machine gun shit show. Like just sit there, just like
how to say like they know what like I'm not okay, and I'm like I'm bipolar, and all my 24 personalities, they do like different things, but like that's all right. Like most important, don't hurt yourself, because we have the world, and the world will hurt you, like so like
yeah, definitely. And for question B, you get to choose myself, Matt, or Jeff to answer question B.
Okay, Matt, answer you.
Matt, okay. So Matt,
you want me to answer it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's you get for being quiet, Matt.
Yeah. What have you done that could have become a viral video had someone recorded it? You're like, there's so many things.
So many things. I don't know.
I gotta get this question.
I'll keep it PG-13 with this one. I think when I was a kid, I was a little daredevil, and it was around that time that Jackass was really popular. Actually, it might have been a little bit before that.
Yeah.
So I should have been on Jackass. And there was one time I was riding my bike, and we stacked those old soda can things up, and I did like a backflip into them off of my bike.
Soda can things. What do you mean by
like
soda
those
can
like those cases, the plastic cases.
He had long cases they put
Back in like the early 90s, like, and I broke my nose. That was great. I broke my nose numerous times, but that was one of the times I broke my nose.
It was a good time.
Yeah, I probably would have been, if someone was recording that would have been very popular.
Dude, I was gonna say anytime you get high as fuck and just start talking about anything, like just recording that, because you like talk like like it's like out of these world conversations. Like
well, I'm not high right now, so
All right. So the next game is Never Have I Ever.
Oh, baby.
Never Have I Ever. And it is 3 random cards drawn out of the box. So Crystal, the way that it works is if you've done it, you take a drink or you raise your hand. If you want to give an explanation on what you've done, you can. If not, we will not hate you for it. So the first card is you got it, man.
No, I'm giving you the cards, and so you have to reach in front of me.
All right. So the first one is never have I ever purchased an adult pay-per-view movie on a business trip and tried to expense it out. Oh shit.
Well, I just no. Well, I just pay for some shit. Like, you know,
She's like, I
that's
just pay-
like yeah, pay per view. Like, yes, I did it.
I do videos.
Yes, like, you know, I just remember. I'm like, okay, fine.
So Jeff, so you rented an adult film and you tried to expense it out with your. Is it your current job and are they watching? Because
it is not my current job. My current job, I'm a married man now. Had a couple of drinks in my recent seminar and went back. But years back, when I worked for a certain company, I won't mention it, the product Acura. There was like this overnight thing. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I managed to get back from them a 45-hour bar tab, who could not get the porn tab back. I was stuck at the porn tab.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, Jeff, we're not paying for this video that says guys like to pee on guys. Like we're not
I give you all the beer money back you want, but
all right.
Paying on thieves. No.
So the next one is never have I ever gone to a rave or a glow party. Never have I ever gone to a rave or a glow party.
I mean,
I have once. I was in EDC last May, and it was my first time. I lost my virginity to festivals like finally to America. Yes, it was the first time ever. Like in Russia, I went like to some like small one, but not that like huge.
I was gonna say Russia.
And like so, I lost my like rave virginity. So
Congrats to that guy.
So I went to one. There was a bar down here in Maryland, not far from me. It was called the Black Hole, and they used to do raves all the time. And we would go there, drink for free. We knew all the bartenders. All the bartenders were all tatted up, fake boobs, all that stuff. Like we knew all of them, so we would always go. And every so often they would have the raves. And I wasn't really a big rave guy, but they would be like, "Hey, come
once
on
you
in.
take that
We'll let
ecstasy,
you."
man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
We're in there, and it was insane. And what's crazy is that bar, probably about like 8 months after that raid, was closed down because the federal government had indicted the owner for dealing cocaine out of the fucking.
Wow, you hear that a lot though.
It closed, and I was like, "Oh, the Black Hole is being shut down for pushing cocaine."
For the white hole, right?
And
yeah.
So Crystal, what would you think? Like you're sitting there, you're at a rave, and the next thing, like.
The police come in.
Yeah, the police just
Like,
roll
it's
in.
this part of
Just
the
like,
show.
yeah. Crystal's just losing her virginity, and the police just roll into the rave, and she's just going, I gotta get out of here.
I'm like, fuck,
Russian
no, I
police are-
didn't
Russian police are
imagine
very
this
different.
that way.
Can you give us 5 more minutes?
Yeah. Jeff, what about you? I couldn't see. Did you drink, Jeff? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was wasn't really it was a rave, but kind of like an after hours like speakeasy thing that I had no clue I was getting into. Back in my like single days, my buddy would always take me to the heart of the city, and it's Philly, so you know, like Maryland, Baltimore rather. So you know, in the heart of the city, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go here with these girls." Around 2 a.m. I'm like, I'm down, and I walked in, dude, and it was raving, and it was wild. Like I didn't take anything. Like I smoked a little, drank a little. It was wild.
Crystal, have you ever been to any clubs where like people like there was a club here that we had, it was called Morpheus, and we would go to the club and there would be people wearing like gas masks and shit. Like it was like kind of like rave / hard.
It's like not oxygen. It's like something like I don't know, like you have balloons like with all the gas and stuff, like you know, which make you giggle or something.
Yeah.
You know, I remember in Russia we have it like you know, like pretty like how to say, like pretty viral. Like even like some bars, like you know, like for this like fucking balloons. Until I read it, like how dangerous it's for your fucking health. Like I'm like, okay, we had fun, we done. You know, like I still remember how funny it was, but like you know, like after side effects, I'm like, no, like that fun doesn't worse that shit.
Side effects.
All right, so the last one is never have I ever bought the morning after pill. Never have I ever bought the morning after.
Always.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
I thought
a couple of times. Yeah.
Always like morning after pill, like, but depends from what, like you know, like from like you know, hangover or pregnancy.
You know what? That's a good point. That is a good question. It's like,
but you know, like you know, now like you know, when you say like morning pill, like you know, I say I'm like all the time, and I'm like from hangover, and after you know, like I'm just like and I'm like
You're hungover buying the morning after pill, and you're like, what am I buying this for? Was it because
I need to give me this one too, please.
Yeah. You're like, is it because I engaged in sexual last night, or is it because I drank too much? I don't know.
In bottle of vodka, please.
Interesting.
So the next game is
Thank you.
Super Fight. So Super Fight, pretty much, Crystal, what we're going to do is we're going to name a player card, a weapon card, and a power-up card. And then we're going to decide who wins the fight. It's two sides against each other. So the first one is the Queen. So the Queen that's 6 inches tall, and she's wearing a jetpack. The Queen that's 6 inches tall, and she's wearing a jetpack. And she is fighting the whole entire country of Canada on a pogo stick and is a tween. So the Queen that is 6 inches tall, wearing a jetpack, fighting Canada on a pogo stick and is a tween. So Crystal, which one do you think would win that fight and why?
I didn't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty hard to beat a bunch of mother Canuckers on a pogo stick. So like you got a bunch of Canadians on a pogo stick that are tweens. So it's kind of like in between 12 and 13, like tweens. So, and then you have a Queen who's only 6 inches tall and wearing a jetpack. I don't see how she can fend off an entire country of Canada of people on a pogo stick. Like,
even if they're
tween. Imagine you're dressed up like Katana, and all of a sudden you get like this really small, like dick size Queen wearing a jetpack flying around. Like,
That's
come
your
on,
dick
let's
size?
fight. And then, and then you're sitting there, and the whole entire country of Canada just comes bouncing on a pogo stick, like mid puberty, and they're like, "All right, let's fight." Which one would you fight quicker?
Yeah, of course. Like, what is the Queen? But
dude,
I think there's no way the Queen.
Yeah, I think Canada's
yeah,
got that.
Canada's
got the numbers.
Got that.
They got the numbers.
100%. So
It's like 2 last place teams, dude.
So that what we do is with this segment, we'll save Incoherent for once Crystal's gone, because that's the one where you have to spell everything out. We'll do that with Jeff once Crystal's gone. So
let me go and spell everything.
Now you're talking.
So the final game is Cards Against Humanity. Have you played Cards Against Humanity?
It sounds like, I heard this, combination.
So pretty much we're going to read off a face card. Normally you have to choose between 6 cards, but since we're all on Zoom, we can't have cards in front of you. So you're going to do it roulette style. So we're going to read off the face card, and then you're going to randomly choose a number between 1 and 6 to answer that card. They're all randomly drawn cards. If you like the answer, you can say, I want to keep it. If not, you get 2 rebuttals to choose 2 other cards. So for the first card, it says, the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History just opened an interactive exhibit on blank. What do you think? 1 through 6?
5.
5. All right. So we're going to have to look this up. The Smithsonian Museum of Natural History just opened up an interactive exhibit on smegma. Okay. So smegma. We need to find out what smegma is. So SMEGMA. Smegma. So smegma is the secretion of a sebaceous gland. Secretion, the cheesy sebaceous matter that collects between the glands, penis, and foreskin, or around the clitoris or labia minora. So that is what smegma is. So
that's what that is.
So
it's the extra cheese on the top.
So
it even have a name.
Oh, it does now.
So Crystal, have you seen smegma before then? Like have you had any experience with smegma? Like she's about to have a heart attack. Like she's just like, oh my God, like
That's what that is.
yes, that's what that is. Now I know I can call it smegma.
Well, now you can feel like an intellectual, like, yes,
Yeah.
grace me with your smegma, you know.
That's not technically smegma.
You need to clean that smegma up a little bit before we do anything. Like
You're gonna get smegma on your Susie.
That's not officially smegma. It's a little off texture.
So, Crystal, do you want to hold with smegma or do you want to choose another number?
Let's try. Clean it away.
Okay, so you want to keep smegma or you want a different number?
No, the different number. Like
Different number.
like,
All right,
I
let's
want to
not
keep
bullshit
smegma in there.
Smegma is out. So 1 through 5. What do you think now? 1 through 5.
Oh my God, I think it's going to be worse. 3.
All right, so 3. So
what's up with
the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History just opened up an interactive exhibit on peeing in the bathroom. So
what's going on with the peeing tonight?
A lot of peeing tonight.
So you have an interactive exhibit. So an interactive exhibit on smegma would be wild. But how do you do an interactive exhibit on peeing in the like?
I think I can.
Now, Crystal, have you done a VR scene? Because I feel like
That wants to show you.
it's kind of like trying to pee with a headset on, like a VR headset, but you piss in your living room while wearing it because it's an interactive thing. And you're like, oh, I got to piss in this restroom.
Not bad.
Like it's almost like wearing a VR
It's
headset
so real.
and like jerking off, and you come all over your couch because you think you're blowing a load on Crystal Rush, but it's really not. Like it's just VR, and you're just kind of like, okay, this is where we're at.
I have done that.
I have, and my poor couch. Yeah, Matt, I'm with you.
I've done that.
Take the headset off, and you're like, what the fuck is on the couch?
That's why I started putting plastic on the furniture.
He discovers it like he's about to shoot piss everywhere.
My couch has been
So
my couch has been Caitlin Bell many times. Please tell her I said that.
So Crystal, are you satisfied with peeing in the bathroom, or do you want to use your last rebuttal and choose one more card?
You know, like just to be safe, I will be like I will keep the peeing in the bathroom. But you know, I want to be risky. I want to be fucking risky. Okay. Let's take a third spin. Like okay. And this is going to be number 1.
So what? Oh, so wait. So you said number 1. So do you want to choose?
Oh, you want to change the number?
Oh yeah, she does. She said it's supposed to be risky and go for it.
All right, so let's do that.
I said like so why not? Like,
all right, so. All right, so the other ones. So mind you, these are all randomly drawn cards. The Smithsonian Museum of Natural History just opened up an interactive exhibit on Dennis the Menace. Not as bad as smegma or peeing in the bathroom, but I can't imagine how an interactive exhibit on Dennis the Menace would be.
What is that?
Oh, I knew that was coming.
So Dennis the Menace.
He's a bastard little kid who causes trouble everywhere he goes.
He's a menace.
It's a comic. It's like a comic strip in the newspapers, but it was also a movie as well.
Well,
it started off as a comic and then it became a movie. So
it's
that
is prick that's a menace.
So since Crystal used both of her rebuttals, it is now Dennis the Menace that is going to be the card for that answer. So what we're going to do another one. So this one is, excuse me, straight man, but blank isn't right for you, straight man. So 1 through 6, what do you think?
6.
6? All right. 6. So, excuse me, straight man, but big Italian women making the spicy sauce isn't for you, straight man.
I mean, what kind of sauce they make?
So do you want to stick with the big Italian women making the spicy sauce, or do you want?
Yes, it sounds delicious.
Okay. So those ones will go in for next week. So that is our the Humanity segment. So Crystal, I think we still have about so we have about like another 25 minutes or so. So you said probably about like 6 o'clock your time. So with everything, so of course you have OnlyFans, all that fun stuff. What are some of the more wilder requests you get? I love asking that question because people have some of the weirdest requests out there that they ask.
Sometimes my OnlyFans reminded me like cipher word, or how to call it, right? Because like, I wish I can discuss like pussies and ass and titties, but like most of the time we discuss like mental problems, how to get out of it. And from time to time, I'm like, I'm just asking question about like, how we're going to deal with that, and just like flash my titties to make it like still like an OnlyFans and not like better help me. Yeah.
What in
Yeah,
the
but I remember like I had like one subscriber, like he paid me about $2,000 or like something for me to find a guy who I going to pack, and like and have to not just find a guy, like I have to make the scene with him with like his father passed away and left like all this like big will on my name, and I'm his like new wife or something, and it's me who killed this guy, and like I come to his son like who the guy who I'm going to pack, and like I kind of like lure him into like being packed too, and now I'm going to fuck him and take his like money and all that stuff. Yeah, and keep this guy like my slave and fucking him and stuff. And I remember like like of course $2,000 is great money, and like fuck someone like in the ass like with a dildo for $2,000. I'm like, yes, who I am to say no?
I need you to fuck somebody in the ass with a butcher knife. That's what we want you to do. We just want you to just in the ass with a butcher, and you're just kind of like, I mean, I'll do it, but how much are you paying me to do this? Like, and also, can I not film this because it's technically a murder? And this probably should.
About murder, technically about murders.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about murder.
Oh yeah, baby. So about the murder, like I was booked like a few times for, it's called psychothriller.com. Okay. And so it's real site, it exists, I don't know, it's free for sales or somewhere, I don't know, wherever. And like that's cool, like the company, the producer, director, everyone, it's cool, it's fun, but they film shit like like the guy killed me, like break my neck, and like you even can hear this like and only after he fucks me, like necrophilia or like something. And like I remember, and I had to pretend like I'm dead, like yes. And I remember like when like I was booked first time, I was like it was 5 little clips like for 20 minutes or so. When I get drunk, like I have a stalker, I get drunk and he stalk on me, and after I drunk get back to my house, like just like fell because I'm drunk, he get into me and like again like breaking my neck, and after like he's fucking me. And like I was like for one hand, okay, it's my work, like we shooting, like we filming movies, and but from another like my like this like moral things or like something, I was like, no, it's not right, like what the fuck. And of course like I cannot not ask about like, and I'm like, can you tell me like who have this fucking sick mind like to think people need it? And the answer was like it killed me. And he's like, no, like it's custom requests, so like people pay like big amount of money, so to be paid for director, for a camera, for actors, for everything, to make their fantasy
wow.
in a movie. And this fantasy is like it's that fucking crazy.
Snapping people's necks.
Right. I just want like a 2-minute hand job in my fantasy video. I'm like,
but most complicated part actually it was to pretend like like that, like when you like have kind of sex, and especially like especially if it's like like it's not that bad, like if it's nice, you gotta be like
yeah. We need the insidious demon to show up, and he's gonna snap your neck. He's going to set you on fire, and then he's going to have sex with you. And you're just kind of, whoa. Let's back up. Like the next snap, I understand, but how is he going to have sex with me while I'm on fire? And they're just kind of like, that's your job to figure out. And it's just like,
just like work it out. Yeah.
Like cut out flames on yourself, and you're just like, all right, oh god, I'm burning to death. I'm on fire.
It's time to fuck me, I'm burning, like I'm so hot.
I guess I'm not that creative.
Crystal, before we let you get out of here, how do you, of course we did our Smash or Dash segment, how do you feel about dolls like Chucky, like for example the movie Chucky from Child's Play?
Well, I remember like when I was little, I liked Chucky. Like I thought he's cute. even like he was killer, because I don't know, like maybe I don't have to tell it, but like sometimes, like, you know, like when I watch movie like this, like, you know, I was on the side of psychos people, like dolls people. Even I know what, like, you know, killing people it's not that good idea. You don't have to, but like, you know, like in the movie I was like,
when I was a kid, there was a doll out called My Buddy Doll.
Oh God.
Same time Chucky did, and my parents bought me that doll, and then they made me watch Child's Play, and then the torture that proceeded after that for about 6 months was something my parents probably should have been arrested for, because what they would do is I was terrified of the doll, and they bought it for me because they knew I was terrified of Chucky. So I would always take that doll and throw it out my window in the apartment, or I would throw it in a dumpster, and my mom or my dad would go out, go get it while I was in school, put it back in my bed, have it face towards my bedroom door.
Awesome.
And when
No way.
murder because that doll is back in the fucking house, and I don't know how he got there. And I'm too young to realize it could be just my parents going out to get this doll that they spent a bunch of money on that absolutely ruined me. And now we wonder why I have a podcast like this, and that's why, because of shit like that.
Mama, thank you for like wonderful childhood.
But the reason I asked that is because there is a story of a Chucky doll that was arrested. A Chucky doll was arrested in Mexico for being used to terrorize people. So it says Chucky just couldn't wait for the Halloween celebrations to begin before setting out and terrorizing the streets of Mexico. Although the horror icon himself was not technically the culprit, a man was arrested for robbing people using the doll from the Child's Play franchise. And it seems the doll was also arrested by the authorities as well. Created by Don Mancini in 1988, Chucky has become one of the greatest characters of the horror genre, especially when it comes to slashers. Even today, so many years later, the films are still considered classics, and new stories are being developed within the franchise, which is the series. They have the series that's on Peacock right now. That's why the month of Halloween, it's not unusual to see costumes of Chucky related merchandise everywhere. All right, so it says Reuters has broke the story that a man was arrested along with his Chucky doll for using it to terrorize the population in a town in Mexico. According to authorities in Monclova, where the incident occurred, the man tied a real knife to the doll's hand and threatened to rob them. The outlet confirms that the man was later released, but the doll was not returned to him and his whereabouts are unknown. So wait a minute. So how did you tie the knife to the doll's hand? How the fuck is the doll robbing? Like, so are you holding the doll and going, give me your money? Like, I don't understand how this is working. Like,
you know, these dolls, like, you know, how, I don't remember how to call these people who's like, you know, they have this doll. Like,
Anakin or ventriloquist.
Yeah, and they can, like, you know, like talk for them, but without opening anything, like this closed mouth, and it's like, it's pretty real, like how to move some of that stuff. And you know, like, you keep forgetting, but you know, like this world have enormous amounts of talented people. Yes. And yes, unfortunately, like, you know, that people use their talents in something like weird way, but like we still cannot deny like the moment what they're fucking talented.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't understand how people will buy into this. Actually, there's a video for this as well. So this is police with the Chucky doll. So everybody's questioning, like, this is the man being arrested, and that's them with the Chucky doll. So for some reason, the video doesn't have sound, but that's the guy being arrested. And that, like, you can see the police lineup thing, like the doll is shorter.
Yeah.
Like they're holding him up. And like this one officer is like, is this real fucking life right now? Like, so like my only, like, look at that thing looking like that thing's ready for Crystal Rush right now. Like, that's the thing. And that's like the knife that it had. Like, imagine if like this Chucky doll just starts killing all those officers now. Like, and then the guy's like, see, I told you. The doll's real. Like, it wasn't some shit. Like, you know, imagine that just going south.
Well, you know,
and now just run.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's what the kid was accused of, right? Look, I swear, the fucking dog's alive doing all this stuff.
That's the exact storyline of the movie.
That is. All those police officers are now dead. That's probably what it is.
It's probably exactly what it is. So,
and now he's fucking rolling with the fucking the cartels and shit.
Yeah.
Pushing fucking coke across the border.
See that?
Hey, Crystal, we're gonna let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here. We really appreciate you coming back onto the Happy Hour podcast. I hope you had a great time. Like,
Oh
unfortunately,
yeah, it's always fun, and like, so it's like, yeah, so maybe, so eventually maybe we will get like, I would say me and Caitlin like together,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to
yeah.
make
Unfortunately,
it like the real double trouble. So
Yeah.
but like, at least today I think I'm going to be enough for you guys. So
unfortunately, Caitlin couldn't make it, and that's what happens when you do a live show. Either way, you go live regardless. That's what happens. So, Crystal, what's going on with you? Where can everybody find you? I always say don't give out your address because there's some weird pee fans like Jason out there that might try to track you down and demand a vial of pee. But where can everybody find you and what's coming up with you?
so like, my Instagram is Godmother Rush, so it's me. Yes, I'm your fairy, and like my Twitter is _Rush187 _ and if you know why it's 187, it's about murder. So
Yes.
I'm the very Halloween
Please
spirit.
go for murder. Yes.
Yes, and my OnlyFans, of course, it's like onlyfans.com/Rush187. And if you try to look for me for a sex partner to talk about titties or maybe about your psychological statement, so find me on my sex partner, and we're gonna talk about any fucking thing.
Find Crystal and have requests for her neck to be snapped in the videos like that. That's just that.
And I will pee on you. Yes.
Crystal, yeah. So, Crystal, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and let you get ready to get out of here. We're probably going to hang out for another like 30 minutes or so. Before you go, would you be able to do another plug for us real quick? So let me just go ahead and get this ready. All we need for you to do is just say, hey, this is Crystal Rush, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Alrighty. Hey, this is Crystal Rush, and you're watching Happy Hour podcast. Mwah.
Crystal, thank you so much. We will be in contact. This will be on Fire TV and Roku tomorrow, so we will be sharing it around for all that. So for everybody joining us here live, we appreciate you. We're going to hang out for a little while longer. And Crystal, what we will do is, since you've been a guest for a second time, we will also send you another shirt. So
yes, please. I was using last one for my hiking trips, for my working out, and so like, yeah, guys, like, send me more. I'm going to use it.
Maybe we'll send you one of these. This is our Halloween one of all of us as zombies. So
dope.
Yeah, I'll be in contact for that. So, Crystal, once again, thank you. We'll be in touch. And real quick, before you go, somebody asked in the stream, are you going to be at Exotica in November?
I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about right now, and if I will fit a couple days in my schedule, I might.
Okay,
but
if you are,
I will announce it in my OnlyFans or on my Instagram or like somewhere.
Okay, if so, let us know, because we are going to be there that Saturday. And we're going to be doing reverse interviews, which are going to be fun. And we're also going to be doing Pornstar confessionals, in which we grab a random fan and have them confess their deepest, darkest secrets to a porn star. I want somebody to admit to an unsolved murder. That's my ultimate goal. Like a 40-year-old murder, and they're just like, oh my God, Godmother Rush. There was this time I killed this man, and we're just kind of like,
it's like, I saw the meme. I saw the meme on Instagram. It's like, this question, how, like, what your body count and stuff, and so on. Like the interviewer stopping the guy, like, what's your body count? And he's like, 3. And he's like, oh wow, so little. Are you sure? Like, just 3. He's like, yeah. Are you asking about how many people I killed?
Way to out yourself, bro.
All right, guys. It was wonderful to talk to you. It's just wonderful to spend time with you. Love forever. Yeah.
Yes. Crystal, anytime you want to come on, you're always welcome. We will have you back in the future.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. All right. See ya. All right. So what we're going to do real quick is we weren't able to get to Incoherent. So Jeff, what we're going to do is we're going to do Incoherent with you. So of course, we're still right. Jeff is like, God damn it.
I know, right?
So we're going to go ahead and get these cards ready. We're going to blow through Incoherent, and then we have one more fun news article, and then by then we'll probably be on our time. So we're going to go ahead and pull up the first one. The first one is this. What do you think that is, Jeffrey?
Is this a song? Yeah, it's a song.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I gave it away.
Yes. This is a song. One of the hints, and this was randomly drawn out of the deck, but I love that I drew this for Jeff, is Swift.
Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know a lot of Swift. Oh shit.
It says when you can't take responsibility for your own actions. What you tapping out, Jeff?
Yeah, man. Wow.
It is
hard.
look at what you made me look what you made me do. It is
Oh man.
you made me do.
That's hard, dude. That's really hard.
Jeff is so excited to have more Taylor on his NFL. Like, let me tell you, like Jeff.
We had a nice discussion about raising him. I made it, bro. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't.
It's
There's
funny
a
'cause
lot.
my wife's a Swiftie, so she's eating it up. That's actually, I'm not sure if you saw it online, Jeff, but that's going to be our Halloween costumes this year. I'm going to be Travis Kelce, and she's going to be Taylor Swift.
Nice. That's a good point. Are you going to shave the beard now?
She loves my beard, and I told her, I was like, "Are you sure you want me to shave the beard?" Because like when I have just the mustache, I look like straight pedophile. Like straight. I go from like
how can't you?
Yeah, I go from like rugged man to like take candy in my van. Like that's the whole fucking thing. Like when that happens.
Man, I like that idea.
What do you think that is?
This one's easy, bud.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Threesome.
It
There
is
you go.
threesome.
We
That
didn't
is
have to
an
give no
easy one.
hints. Just-
that is the way it works in the HHPod Rumble. Just boom, boom.
Right.
See you later. So
Crystal Rush, Caitlin Bell, threesome.
yeah. See, Crystal, I feel bad with this game because Crystal also has like the Russian accent and all that
Yeah.
stuff. They're a little bit harder for her. So here's this.
Oh, shit,
what do you think this one is? If you get the second part of it, you'll probably be able to get the first part of it. The hint is late night.
Late night. Jimmy Fallon?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Jimmy Fallon. Yes. All right. Good shit.
I actually can't stand him.
I've never really been a huge fan.
He seems like a douche. No offense. I mean, I know we're live and shit.
Used to his employees or whatever. He gets
That's right. And he's got this contract where if you go on his show, you can't go on anybody else's show, but I think for a year.
Really?
Yeah, like that's why we're not getting these A-list actors.
Yeah,
Jimmy
yeah,
Fallon.
because of fucking
Fucker.
Jimmy Fallon. Fuck you, fucker.
Fucking Fallon, see? This is our holdup.
We'll blame Jimmy Fallon. Like it's all his fault. So
makes me feel good, bro.
Of course, it is our Halloween episode, so everything has like kind of like a Halloween or a costume twist to it. So this next story is a bunch of servers that were dressed up as Power Rangers ward off a woman's attacker inside of a restaurant. And it says a staff at a ramen restaurant. Oh, this explains a lot.
Ramen. Well, yeah.
Staff at a ramen restaurant in California dressed like Power Rangers one day a week over the weekend. So this wasn't even Halloween. They do this one day a week over the weekend.
This was Tuesday.
Yeah, this is just a normal fucking Thursday for them. Like, so it says the front of the house team sprang into action like real life heroes. Ployly Pryopokin recalled the moment while dining at the Noka Ramen in Oakland, California. I wonder if they have raccoons in the wall like Athletic does there. Like it says when a woman ran inside seeking help to ward off an apparent attacker. All the servers / Power Rangers were moving towards the scene to help another out. Hoyley told News San Francisco station about the woman who was allegedly being choked by a man. That sounds kind of kinky. I don't know. They might have been fucking in the streets, and these Power Rangers just popped down and were like, hey, bitch. And says the patrons started getting involved in a way that was supporting and making sure everybody was safe. She detailed the incident on Twitter in a viral thread, and it says the man allegedly started using racial slurs and ran towards the kitchen when an employee dressed like the yellow Power Ranger grabbed him by the collar and dragged him out of the restaurant. The staff, according to Pryopokin's account, ended up piling onto the man until police arrived. Now, granted, they do have photos where they look like, part of me kind of wishes that they would have morphed into these Power Rangers, like somehow, but you know, like lately we haven't been doing it. Like photos won't do it any justice because for this, I also have a video. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch the video about this and we're going to comment on this as we're watching it. So here's the video of these Power Ranger heroes.
No morphin needed here. A group of real-life superheroes sprang into action dressed as Power Rangers to fight off a man who was attacking a woman in their restaurant.
This all happened at Noka Ramen and Bar in Oakland. Every Friday, the servers there dress as Power Rangers
if I have
to
to be
promote their
like
signature cocktail served in a
White
Power
Ranger
Ranger tiki cup. Well, they were
God.
dressed for the
I
occasion
so
when
hope
a
this
man
would have
followed
won
one of their
Rainbow.
customers into the
That would've been
restaurant,
great.
putting her in a chokehold. All the servers dog-piled on top of the man until police arrived.
Why is that one's
and
head
witnesses
so
say
thin?
even fellow
Look at that one
customers
Pink
did
Ranger.
some
Like,
morphing too.
it's like an alien head.
The patrons also started getting involved in a way that was supportive and making sure
There's
that
that weird
everyone was safe.
And police say they detained the man and believe he was undergoing a mental health crisis. If you're looking for an exciting
universe
career change,
is
Noka
over.
says they're
It's
hiring
over.
on their
Them
website.
Zords,
You
like
put
some
on that
sort of like
costume,
Zord
you-
And it
vehicle.
happens.
You feel
It
super.
happens.
Power up.
That's right.
That's my
Where's
kind of place.
cell phone video of that, though? I mean, everybody has cell phone video of everything.
Yeah,
but
why
we
is there a
were
cell
all
phone
in
video?
action. That's
Right?
right.
Oh.
I know.
Hello.
We need to look for some security
Oh.
footage or something, but
There's
we're
weather
talking
going
about the
on.
right people
Okay,
on the right
I
day,
no longer
at the right
costume anyway.
time.
About these
all
Power
of
Rangers.
that
Like,
to
the
come
attention has
together
been
and happen.
the traffic.
Hello, I'm Mark
Wait,
Brown.
whoa, hey,
Get more
hey,
great
Stanley,
ABC7
whoa, what the hell?
content by
Wait,
clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel.
Coming up
And
next
download
on
the
Happy
AB
Hour Pod, that weather girl.
Next one.
Yeah.
So Jeff, so imagine this. And like I can't imagine this myself. You're sitting there, you're eating ramen. Me, I'm not a big ramen guy.
Oh, I love
I
ramen.
don't even like Noodles and Co. Like that's
I love it, dude. I love ramen. Yeah.
Yeah. Like so you're sitting there eating ramen. And then the next thing you know, this fenceless Asian woman comes in being choked by a man. But also it's like you haven't taken notice that the entire staff are fucking Power Rangers.
How do you not think so?
Like you're just eating your ramen, minding your business.
All right, I get
and then next thing you know, fucking Power Rangers are bouncing this guy's head off the table. And you're just sitting there like noodles hanging out of your mouth like fucking ZZ Top's beard or something.
That would be it.
And you're just kind of like holding the chopsticks like, are these Power Rangers? And then the next thing you know, they come up like while the battle is happening, they're fighting, doing like fucking jump kicks and shit. And they jump kick and they grab your drink, they refill it, backflip back, put it on a table, and then punch this guy in his fucking face. And you're just kind of like,
oh man, that
yeah,
sounds
like,
pretty fucking cool. Like
I'd
yeah.
be checking my vape.
like,
I think it had some weird shit in it.
literally, Jeff would take his glasses off, be like, and then put them back on, and then finish his ramen. Like we come from areas, Jeff. You're in Philly, we're in Baltimore. That is do not engage type shit. That is the normal shit that happens every day. A bunch of junkies in Power Rangers costumes, fighting in a ramen restaurant.
And that is don't ruin my food, bro. That's all you like. Camera goes on. Go, that's my food, bro. Back away. You don't give a shit about who's fucking up who. You don't want your food kicked over. That's the only way, at least.
I mean, I feel like at that,
engaged.
like you don't have to worry about getting a dick in your noodles in that restaurant because they can't even get like those are like those like one piece like morph suits. So they can't even like they have to take that thing off just to fucking piss, like fully take it off to piss, unless they made like some sort of trap door in like the fucking costume.
You like that trap door? It's the third time you talk about it tonight.
Yes. You notice one thing with this show is it's kind of like a weird comedy show where you end up going back to the punchline eventually at some point or whatever. Like
there's a word for that. It's called oh shit. I forgot it. There's a word for that though.
Being borderline autistic and remembering weird shit. That's what it's having ADHD. That's exactly what it fucking is.
There's
like,
a term for that in comedy or in comedy sitcoms. I forget what the fuck it is because I used to use it all the time way back when we did our studio and the guy that shot the video was like, you did I forget the fuck.
Yeah. One thing that we're great with this show too is segues. I've always been credited for segues. And so what we're going to do real quick is we haven't gotten into our featured beer.
Oh shit.
So Jeff, what is it that you're drinking, man? Like I noticed you had something like it was in like a little blue can, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
man. So it's called Hey Yo, and which is cool because we do the Yo shows. It's Hey Yo.
Hey Yo. Like
Hey Yo, right?
There you go.
And it's a local brewery called Broad Street Brewing.
Okay.
Like right down the road from me in Levittown, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
They do a great job. This is a hazy IPA. And like I said, the Hey Yo thing drew me because Yo shirt, but it's great beer.
Hey Yo is the logo on that? Is that the Rocky silhouette?
It's Rocky, dude.
Okay.
And I did it. It's a straight.
Looks like the Rocky silhouette holding up.
It is.
That's really fucking cool. So, and of course, ours, Matt, do you want to do? Of course, we debuted this last week when you weren't here. Me and Jeff debuted this on Monday. So, what's our current featured beer right now?
It is Off Your Gourd, right? That is the name.
Yes,
Okay,
it is
I'm
Off
not
Your
this.
Gourd. Yes,
And
and
is
Matt's
this
having the
Idiom
same hard
Brewing
time I did.
Company?
It is Idiom Brewing Company.
Idiom.
So, Off Your Gourd. So here it is. It is Leatherface of pumpkins chasing these little fucking, I would imagine, just like hemp guys around, like, you know, all that stuff. So of course, you know, we went over it before. There's no description on the can, which kind of upsets me a little bit. 12 fluid ounce can, and it is 8.0% alcohol by volume.
It's pretty strong.
With pumpkin, brown sugar, candied ginger, which I would imagine that they just took a redhead guy, candied him up, chopped him up, and put him in this can. Saigon cinnamon and nutmeg. So that is what's here.
Give me the name one more time if you could.
What's that?
Off Your Gourd.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. So, and
the art's pretty cool. Like it's got the pumpkin head with the chainsaw.
I do appreciate good artwork on a can. And of course, this is the Maryland Brew. So Idiom Brewing Company, or Idiom, is right here in Frederick, Maryland. So maybe we'll reach out to them, because speaking of which, we have not done our local access show Fully Fermented in a while. I think the last time we did it, we were at Full Tilt Brewing, and then I did the Legends Roundtable. Not long after that. And it's been about 6 months. Like, we kind of took a break from it. But our Fully Fermented local access show will be back. So if you're local, if you're in the Maryland area, we will be at Checker Spot Brewing next Sunday. Checker Spot Brewing, 1:00 p.m. We will be there. We will be talking to people from Checker Spot Brewing. It will be exclusive right here to Roku TV and Fire TV on Pod Nation Television. So it will hang here for a month before it makes YouTube. It is not making YouTube in any way, shape, or form. It is an exclusive to Pod Nation. So Roku and Fire TV will get that first. That will be edited up. And then, of course, another Pod Nation exclusive will be the 2023 Exotica from Edison, New Jersey, which a who's who of guests will be there. Of course, Crystal Rush, that she might be there. It is literally the biggest out of all the Exoticas.
It's got 2 floors, right?
Yeah, Corey Chase will be there. We've had Corey Chase on. So many big stars, so many stars we've seen on the show will be there. We will be doing reverse interviews. So reverse interviews, if you don't know what that is, we may break it down and debut it at Checker Spot, which means we will sit there and we will take a reverse card from Uno. We will talk to random people. And at random times during the interview, we will hand the reverse card. Well, the interview will have to reverse, and they will have to start asking us questions. So we will be doing reverse interviews. And then also, as we told Crystal Rush before she left, we will be doing Pornstar confessionals. And let me tell you now, for anybody watching at home, if you're at Exotica and we take you over to one of the girls that we know that have been on the show, and we say, do you have a confession for them? And we take you over to them and you say some weird fucking shit like I love you, don't have a confession, I will take you out back and I will snap your fucking neck, because we want a confession. We want a murder. We want you, you got your dick stuck in a Gatorade bottle when you were in high school. We want your deepest, darkest secret. And if you can't tell us, that's fine. Tell the porn star. If you can't tell the porn star, tell her tits. I don't care. We want your deepest, darkest confession. It's going to be fun. We're going to be recording all kinds of stuff. We're going to be recording a lot of behind the scenes stuff, some exclusive X, formerly known as Twitter, content exclusives, just all kinds of fun stuff. If you want to join us, I posted something on the social medias, go over to Exotica, make sure you buy some tickets, come out, say hey to us. We will be there all day. Unfortunately, we don't have a booth. That's something we're going to work on for next year, is getting a booth so we can hang out and air live all next week or all next year in New Jersey. Maybe we'll bring Jeff, some of our friends with us, all kinds of, how it is. This show is very unpredictable. You never know who's going to be there. You never know who's going to show up. Of course, Janine Jericho, she's going to be there. She's a big friend of the show. Corey Chase will be there. She's been on the show. Jupiter Jetson's going to be there. So odds are we'll probably be walking around with the HHPod Rumble title.
Is she wearing the belt? Oh,
yeah. She said she would bring the belt. I got to reach out to her later on in the week just to make sure she's still coming, because I've never seen either belt in person. Like when those belts got made, they got shipped from Pakistan to Johnny Goodluck, and they got shipped from Pakistan to Jupiter Jetson. The only time I've seen those was during the progress of the belts being made and the photos that they posted, but I've never actually physically had them in our possession. So it'll be fun to take pictures with those. Eventually down the line, I'm going to end up having them made myself. Then that way, when we go do events, we have belts, people can pose with them, take photos, all that stuff. So make sure, find us at Checker Spot Brewing. Of course, we'll be here again next Friday, Friday the 13th, one of my favorite dates.
Really?
The birthday of the one and only Jason Voorhees, who Crystal Rush will apparently do.
He's lucky
He's
bastard.
wearing the hockey mask. So Jason, is his birthday. Of course, we're going to be here live on YouTube Live, and of course, Pod Nation TV on Roku and Fire TV. Featured guest is Sadie Pop, and Onyx Muse will be returning. She will be our guest host. So Onyx Muse will be here as our guest host. Sadie Pop is the guest. That's going to be next week. I think we still have like a couple more minutes. So Jeff, speaking of which, with Halloween and all that stuff, do you have anything planned for what you're going to be doing for Halloween this year?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. On the show, October 24th.
Okay.
We have a sensational local actress, horror superstar, Fallon Vendetta. And she's a great tattoo model. And she's been in movies. She's an actress, super sexy. 24th on the O Show. It's our Halloween spooktacular. Drew and I are dressed up. Get Fallon to dress up. We always have a good time. Love freaking Halloween, dude.
Halloween is definitely my favorite holiday, and I mean that's the thing. Like here's the thing. So Halloween, we've done so many different costumes. Of course, Jeff, you were here last week, and I showed the photos of me and my wife as Miss Trenchball and Bog Trotter. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to Facebook, and I'm going to share some of our other costumes. You may actually see some of Matt. Like Matt had a solid costume as Little Sweet. If you know who Little Sweet is. The Dr. Pepper guy.
We all know Little Sweet. Yeah.
So Matt did that. I don't have any photos.
Does it good too.
If anybody out there knows who Old Greg is, Matt did a fucking fantastic
to God.
Old Greg, but there's not a lot of photos that survived of him as Old Greg. Before we knew each
video
other.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video
long time ago when YouTube wasn't even that popular.
Yeah, before YouTube became YouTube, like
right.
It's age.
So here, let's see. So we're gonna scroll through. We're gonna see some of these over the years because I love getting into my Halloween stuff. So of course, last week you guys saw the photos from Bruce Bog Trotter and from when I did the glory hole costume. So what I'm going to do is show some of the photos from 2021 when we went to Salem, Massachusetts. So Salem, Massachusetts, I was Michael Myers from Halloween. So, and this was before I lost all the weight. So I was still kind of thick. I was still kind of a thick boy here too. But of course, that's me with Art, someone dressed up like Art the Clown. So that's right there. So, I mean, like that's like a fat Michael Myers. You're outrunning a fat Michael Myers. Like that's the way that's going to happen. So there's that. Of course, that's me with the mask off. That's my wife. Her and her cousin did a witch and did a male and female witch. So let's see. What else we have. Of course, there's me and him. And then we have me as Michael Myers with the beer in my hand, which I tried to drink through that mask. Like I made like a little slit right there and it didn't work. I ended up spilling beer all the way down. Like
bro, use a straw.
Yeah, which in the tragic, but dude, Salem was badass. And then it starts with like some of the older ones, which that was me. This was Fells Point, Maryland. Point, Maryland. This was 2007. I think 2007 or 2006. And I was a walking beer keg. So you can see beer right there. That's someone dressed up like that's supposed to be Ozzy. Like it says Ozzy right there on the sign.
Ozzy.
And the best part is the top of this, you could put beer in it. And this nozzle, you could drink beer out of it. So I was walking around drinking beer out of the top of this and spilling it all over myself all night long. And then, of course, this was from one of my old jobs. I was Mammogram Man, which I had the mammogram machine on here, and it says free mammograms.
Right.
Place breasts here, which I feel like, eventually later on in life, this would have been a spectacular. You can see the bandage right there. I had gotten 12 stitches from one of my wrestling matches, and it was fresh right there. You can see the bandage right there covering up the stitches that I had on the side of my face.
Sheesh.
Let's see. Oh, so here's more of the glory hole stuff. So there's that right there. Of course, you can see all the signatures. This was us at the bar. So I had a girl I was dancing with a MILF, and she wrote her number on my head. And there was a girl I was talking to, and she gave me she had a booty call. So I missed the booty call because I spent so much time trying to rub that number with a Brillo pad off of my head before I went to go try to service this other person. And it wasn't working. So that's my one buddy. He dressed up like his current girlfriend or whatever that he had at the time. Of course, you saw that last week. That's us. This was an active working claw machine. Like you could literally and it would reach down and grab random little shit out of there, which was completely phenomenal. My one friend Chris, he was party boy from Jackass, so he was walking around like that all night. That was before everything got all censured up. That was us at one of the after parties with the blood all over the face, all that stuff. Hannibal
Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter with tits. That's the way it ended up. And then that's us just getting stupid. That's not real blood, by the way. That's fake blood that's on my face. So you can see, and that's one of, you can wonder why when I was that age why I never got laid. This said literally thousands of my potential children died on your daughter's face last night. Those were the kind of shirts
I love that
wore.
shirt.
But it wasn't a lie. That's me at that age. That's 2006, 2007. That's something I would totally wear. And then you had the hosey firemen, which I was the one year, the hosey firemen. And then those are actually some of the people I had worked with. That was a Halloween party that they had. So you can kind of see a theme here, some of these years of what was going on with some of the themes. Of course, shout out to my buddy Matty Paul. You might have seen him during Happy Hour TV when we used to do that. There's Chris again as party boy. There's another that's the theme right there, that we're still kind of sticking to. Our buddy found our friend's dress. We were shoving balloons underneath of it. Stripper pole, which this goes to show that's just one of the necessities. And then that was the first party when I met you guys. That's my wife as Joan Jett, and that's me, Alan, from The Hangover. So the parties were just completely insane back then. And I'm going to be getting into more of those as we go along. I don't want to blow through all I don't want to blow my load on all the costumes one episode or whatever. But that was 2006 to 2010. So we still need to go from the rest of 2010 the 2022, on here and from costumes. But it's fun. I love Halloween. I love dressing up, all that stuff. Oh, by the way, we forgot about our featured shot. So why don't we do that? Our featured shot. So here we go. So Matt, do you want striped or polka dot?
Polka dot.
So you want polka dot. All right. So you're going to get polka dot. There we go. And I'm going to do striped. So
it's got hairs on it.
It's got hairs on it.
Yeah.
It's probably my dog's hair, which is everywhere, no matter
Delicious.
how clean, it's still everywhere. So you have huskies, so I'm sure you know.
I do. That's why I don't, I can't wear black.
Yeah,
too much.
My wife's cooking bacon. I can smell it. Did it smell bacon?
So here we go. Of course, our featured shot. We've had this for a good while now. Smoky, salty watermelon.
Sounds good.
I'm surprised that's not gone.
Yeah,
if I was here with the other shows, that'd be gone already.
Drinking this earlier out of the
box.
You
missed a few weeks.
Yeah. So shout out to Old Smoky. All of your stuff's amazing. The moonshine, the whiskey, everything. It's all delicious. So here we go. That doesn't go down as rough as most other whiskeys do. The Metallica whiskey was good when we had the Metallica.
Oh, no, I had that too. It was
but it went down kind of rough. It was.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Really rough rinse down. So what we're gonna do, of course, we've been going for a good while here on YouTube Live and here on Pod Nation TV. We're gonna get ready to wrap up here, as we said. We got a couple of things coming up. Of course, we're going to be 100% live and in person. Checker Spot Brewing this coming Sunday, October 15th. 1 p.m. If you're local, you want to come out, say hey, we're going to be there. We're going to be doing a brewery tour. We're going to be talking to the people there. We're going to be doing reverse interviews. So, it's going to be fun. Myself, Socrates, Matt may be there. Matt may not be there. Next time we will be hosting an episode will be next Friday the 13th, the birthday of the one and only Jason Voorhees. Our featured guest is Sadie Pop. Onyx Muse will be returning. She's going to be our featured guest co-host for the episode. And so that's what's coming up. Of course, Exotica. Make sure you come out, check out Exotica. Please, please, please come over, say hey to your boys if you're there. And thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hour podcast. Go buy our shit, please. We try our best to put on the best for you guys and all that stuff. We don't make any money off this show at all. Go out, buy some of our stuff, show your support, because this is the only way we make money is off of merchandise. So we're still trying to help build up Pod Nation TV and all that stuff. Jeff can contest. There's not a lot of money here. We're actually going through the approval process right now for YouTube. We finally got enough hours to go through the monetization process. So hopefully that'll help out a little bit more. But so once again, thank you for tuning into the Happy Hour podcast. I'm sure Jeff's getting hungry. He probably smells that bacon and he's probably rock hard waiting.
Bacon.
He's gonna wipe the smegma off of that bacon. And he's gonna like a cocaine, like a crack addict, rub the smegma bacon grease into his gums and just enjoy himself some smegma grease from the bacon. So,
bacon smegma.
As always, thank you. What's coming up with you, man, in the Yo Show?
Appreciate it very much. We have an awesome show Tuesday night with the band Bourbon House, hot new band, and a couple of weeks, like I said, Halloween Spooktacular with Fallon Vendetta, who we love. So it's gonna be awesome. So www.theyoshow215.com is how to find us everywhere. Oh my gosh, he's incredible. So look forward to it, and I look forward to this always. I appreciate it, guys. Love being here.
You always know you're always welcome here on Happy Hour podcast, man. You become a good friend. Actually, one thing that I've been brewing up, I'll let you know, it's preliminary details. We've done this before. Me and Matt did it before. He actually missed it. We did it with our actual friends. But what I want to do is I want to do our friends. But what I want to do is I want to do another Friendsgiving episode.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it with our podcast friends, everybody that we have had through here, which will be you, Jeff,
great idea,
Eric Woodwork, Tommy Simbazo. I'm trying to get Justin Schlegel from 98 Rock, Ashley Pontius, anybody who's ever helped us out here on the podcast, as a guest host.
I was lost in the woods the last
you were
time
lost in the woods. Yeah, you were in the Poconos.
I was in the Poconos, lost in the woods.
But yeah, I want to try to do another Friendsgiving episode, which we all just hang out, bullshit. Maybe it'll be a Pod Nation exclusive, won't be, here on YouTube Live. We'll just do that as Pod Nation exclusive. So, but yeah, so make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We also have an Instagram we also have a TikTok floating out there. Make sure you find that. We're everywhere. We try to help out. We always answer questions. Shoot us messages. I answer everything. I'm very socially active. I will always answer any questions, any messages you shoot us. Always feel free to always comment in the live thread as well. Of course, I'm Ray. Matt, it is so glad having you back after about a month of, weirdness in September, the way that needed to be booked because of my vacations and stuff.
Jeff, with fools like me.
Yeah.
Jeff, as always, it's a pleasure, man. We mojo well, we vibe well. It's always a fucking pleasure to have you.
Love it.
And of course, Crystal Rush, thank you so much for coming onto the show. It was a blast. So we will see you guys next time